Hello, I'm Neil Worth. I'm the Chief Executive of GEM Motoring Assist, and I'm here today to talk about our brand new Blue Light Aware resource. Been joined by Kevin Dell from Oxfordshire and Buckinghamshire Fire and Rescue. So Blue Light Aware was launched originally in 2011, and it's designed to show drivers how they can react to emergency vehicles on the roads, all in line with best practice and Rule 219 of the Highway Code. We've relaunched the video and the resources following a review over the last couple of years that's been led by Kevin and his colleagues in the emergency services. And it is now broken up into 10 separate videos that cover things from smart motorways to roundabouts. So Kevin, why is it so important for people to be blue light aware?
It helps them keep safe, as well as helping the emergency services to respond to incidents within a quicker timescale. Obviously, if they're aware of where we are and what we are trying to do, and they can react accordingly. Emergency
vehicles come in different shapes and sizes. You're obviously with the fire service, and fire appliances are much bigger than police cars, but what sort of considerations are there for all emergency vehicles when you're confronted by them as a driver?
Well, to think about what is behind you or coming towards you that you need to give the room for. Like you said, a police car will take a lot less room to get through a gap than a 14-ton appliance. So just be aware of what it is and how much room you have available on the road. And like I said, if you don't panic, look at the situation and think, where's the best place to move out of the way?
Kevin, can you explain to us what blue light vehicles are allowed to do on the roads, what that blue light gives them?
There are quite a few exemptions, but there are the three primary exemptions that we tend to use, and you'll see on a day-to-day basis, which is they will are allowed to cross a red traffic light, they're allowed to go to the wrong side of a traffic island, and obviously they will exceed the speed limits, which has all got to be done safely. It's not just about driving, and taking use of those exemptions. It's got to be done with due care and consideration for other motorists as well.
Okay, Kevin, we'll just pause there and we'll have a quick look at one of the new clips. And this clip covers dealing with emergency vehicles on roundabouts.
There's a police car coming up to the roundabout. Do I stay put or move over?
If you're approaching a roundabout or a junction and you see an emergency vehicle, look at its position, as this will let you know where it wants you to go. If you're already at the junction, be patient and wait for it to come past. There may be more than one emergency vehicle approaching the junction, so check before moving off.
So, Kevin, that video there demonstrates how to deal with emergency vehicles at roundabouts. And is there anything you would like to add into that from your experience? Obviously, it covers a police car and an ambulance. There's no fire appliance involved in that, but what sort of things should we be looking out for?
Well, the principle is the same for a fire appliance as well, but obviously they need a little bit more room as they come into the roundabout because of their size. But on the plus side, because they're higher up, the driver will have a more open view and a better view into the roundabout, so may see other things that a motorist in a car can't see.
Okay, so one of the things that we've looked at and has prompted some of this revision to Blue Light Aware is the introduction of smart motorways across the country, and a number of the videos feature now smart motorways and how to react. So can you give us some idea of what motorists should be doing on a smart motorway if all the lanes are blocked and there's no hard shoulder?
Well, as the video says, try to unzip the carriageway. The emergency service vehicles will pick that lane and they will just slowly edge their way down, and hopefully the motorists will be able to filter left and right, which opens up, which allows access down that pathway.
So that's in effect in creating an emergency corridor, then that's how it's described in the video, isn't it?
That's it, yes. Yeah, obviously, because we've now used what would have been the old hard shoulder as a new running lane, that has taken the ability away to use that for the emergency services.
Kevin, it remains for me to say thank you for your time, and just before we close, have you got any tips? What's your top three tips maybe for drivers when dealing with emergency vehicles?
Well, number one, don't panic. For obvious reasons, the more you panic, the less likely you are to think logically about where you want to go. Secondly is look at the road, look at the emergency service vehicle, and that will let you then determine where you need to be. And thirdly, when you do pull over, indicate so the driver the appliance or the emergency vehicle knows you've seen them and what your intentions are.
Brilliant, that's great. And from me, I think the reinforcement of the point is don't panic. The emergency drivers are all trained and they need you to behave in a particular way. They don't want you to panic and put the brakes on. So just carry on driving, let them make their way around you, but do as Kevin said, indicate, don't stop suddenly, and don't panic. Finally, all I can say is thank you to Kevin and all the emergency services that have helped us with production of the new Blue Light Aware resource, and thank you too to Highways England for the Smart Motorways input and Driving for Better Business as well. And I would urge you to share the videos, head to the Blue Light Aware website, which is bluelightaware.org.uk, and share it as far and wide as you can. Thank you very much.